Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for some breaking news. Today, we're going to be diving into some news that is hot off the press, and it is to do with Avalanche, the blockchain AVAX, that has essentially just partnered with Amazon. AWS partners with Avalanche to scale blockchain solutions for enterprises and governments. This is absolutely huge, very in keeping with the themes that we've been running on this channel now for as long as it's been alive. And that is that blockchain is here to revolutionize the traditional industries that we have. It doesn't just stop at finance. The applications for blockchain are far and wide. We've given some personal examples in regards to record keeping and stuff like that. And of course, you can see the price of AVAX is up around about 16% on the day. It's doing absolutely fantastically. Now, funnily enough, before this news had broke, this news is literally hot off the press, guys. Not even 2 hours old. I did actually. I have a Patreon, which is a paid group. This isn't necessarily a shill of it. But I was essentially looking at the fact that we were maybe going to look to take an AVAX swing long. This is at a time where most people in the cryptocurrency market are bearish. Isn't it funny how the technical signals for AVAX as a long were already there? Certainly, if we look at the weekly RSI, you can see that we have this bullish divergence that is rather present on most altcoins, and you can actually see, we're running right up here. So whether we do something like this and then see that upside is still to be seen. But what we are going to do, guys, is we are going to go ahead and read this article, give you a little bit more information on the whole thing, and then I will love and leave you as it's quite late for me. I've still got to eat. But I just couldn't help myself but report on this pretty substantial news. And I do find it interesting that technically it's something that we were looking at as a group prior to this news even coming out. So Amazon Web Services has partnered with Avalanche, the company building out the Layer 1 blockchain Avalanche, to help scale blockchain applications across enterprises, institutions, and governments. The two firms exclusively told TechCrunch, looking forward, Web3 and blockchain is inevitable. Okay, wow. Howard Wright, VP and Global Head of Startups at AWS, said to TechCrunch, no one can call the time or day or quarter that it's going to happen, and it will be mainstream. But we've seen the cycles of growth before. The velocity of this one seems like it's accelerating, and we're just excited to be a part of this. The partnerships intends to make it easier for individuals to launch and manage nodes on Avalanche, while also aiming to give the network more strength and flexibility for developers. AWS will support Avalanche's infrastructure and decentralized applications DApp ecosystem alongside one-click node deployments through its marketplace. The affiliation will also include Ava Labs joining AWS Activate, a program that helps startups and early-stage entrepreneurs get started on its platform. For us, this means a lot of things. John Wu, president of AVAX Labs, said to TechCrunch, "We have over 500 applications on the chain, and we would love to give them a better experience. And now we have a real partnership that we can direct the Activate. We can direct to the Activate group program. On top of that, our users are always looking for better experiences. The one-click node is an inevitable way to do it. A number of blockchains already use AWS to power their networks. About 25% of Ethereum's workload in the world is run on AWS, according to its website. The technology itself is natively agnostic and supports all blockchain protocols," Wright said through this AWS first foundation partnership with the blockchain. AVAX Labs plans to add its subnet development as a management service to AWS Marketplace, so both individuals and institutions can launch their own customer subnets easily. Subnets are part of AVAX's scaling solution that diverts traffic away from the main blockchain and allows projects to take a native token. while creating their own layer 1, layer 2 blockchains. This is the beginning of something much, much bigger, Wu said, adding that the subnets will allow developers to spin up their own blockchains, a full blockchain in Amazon, very easy. So we've said that this is the way that the world is moving, guys. All big companies are going to have their own blockchains. It's coming, guys, and you guys get to be the beneficiaries. Of course, AVAX is having a bit of a sell-off now, but expect that. Potentially, AVAX is something that I'll look to buy going forwards. Let's go on and continue to read. Last quarter, Avalanche started developing 5 to 6 live subnets, Wu said, but in the testnet phase, there are over 100 subnets that will deploy in the next 12 months. At least we're looking forward to sharing partnerships with hundreds of subnets that launch this year. Some of them probably be companies. So I'm excited about this. So my excitement about this cannot be just what it is. Right echoed the sentiment. When you multiply activities times AVAX times subnet, you have something that's seminal. You have something that's a seminal moment. I think blockchain technology will become a commonplace and used in our marketplace by developers. Absolutely. It then goes on to say AVAX Labs has also become a member of the AWS Partner Network, APN, giving the firm access to deploy offerings on AWS with more than 1,000 partners in over 100,000 partners in over 150 countries, right said, and so on and so forth. So this is absolutely huge. Avalanche is far from the first startup to come through Amazon's network. Right shared over 200,000 startups came through our door. So we know what excellence looks like. That's including Netflix, Uber, and Airbnb, all huge successes. They have redefined verticals, and we have the audacity to think others like them are out there, including Ava. Huge statements coming off here, guys. This is just absolutely mind-blowing. We're still early in the stages of enterprise and government building on-chain. This is from Emin Gum-Sira, founder and CEO of Ava Labs, said to TechCrunch, but the pace of these initiatives will accelerate now that AVAX and AWS are delivering a more complete and more reliable solution for their needs. With that said, the size of this network could significantly extend to reach of the crypto-based companies and its developer building on the blockchain. The underlying technology and capabilities is something we're trying to tap into with John and his team. Wright said it comes back to ease and access. And the ease and access that both AWS and Avalanche aim to provide through the partnership is only going to accelerate adoption, Wu thinks. A lot of developers and new entrepreneurs are crossovers from Web 2 to Web 3. Remember, we're migrating at the moment. They're going to integrate. It's no longer hardcore Web 3 people, Wu said. And I think with them, they already have great experience with Amazon and having Activate and Avalanche will only make it easier for crossover, and it will be an accelerator and amplifier of that. The two companies are also looking to collab on events for entrepreneurs and developers through the AVAX Summit. I'm going to try and go to this, by the way, so shout out to anybody else who's interested. We aspire to be a strategic long-term partners. It's a differentiating and motivating factor for us, Wright said. So the complement of the subnets and Activate, we think, is the perfect opportunity, and we humbly think we'll look back in years' time and see this as a significant time for blockchain expansion. Wow, this is huge, guys. Not just for AVAX, but for the entire industry. As for the future of AWS, it plans to be more proximated to developers and partners, so on and so forth. So, guys, I kind of want to wrap that up there. We've read the entire article. This is huge. Isn't it funny that we were looking at this technically in my Patreon? For anybody that's interested in joining my Patreon, there's a link in the description. Blockchain is coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's revolutionizing the entire world. And I just want to say on that note, we've been kind of hinting at the fact that we've been a lot less bearish recently. And telling people that, okay, we're not necessarily bears here. Please come over to my Twitter. There's a link to my Twitter in the description and look at this thread that I wrote talking about why it is I'm not bearish at this point. This is going to go over most people's head, but I will be revealing my strategy to the public once I've got my Patreons all positioned and well informed moving forwards. All I've got for you in this video, guys. You enjoyed the content, like us, appreciate it, so comment, and I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video.